This is probably already part 2. Yes, welcome to what is probably part 2. These are bombs. You want to see what bombs do? Ooh. Watch this. Ooh, they explode. Now, this does nothing. In some rooms, like secret rooms, that goes somewhere. But, like by the use of bombs, it goes somewhere. Because bombs are your best friend when you want to get secrets. Okay, that Metroid, that Zoomer, not Metroid, it's not coming back. So, did I talk about everything with the story of the game based on Alien? Hirokazu Tanaka designed the soundtrack, composed the soundtrack. I guess designed is also correct. And most people didn't like it at Nintendo. They thought it was just too eerie and, like, lacking things. But it was later praised by critics by being the first game to use silence as a form of creating atmosphere. And, ooh, I love it. It is some of my favorite 8-bit music, as Hirokazu Tanaka often does. Now, also, the guy who worked with the guy who made another game that Hirokazu Tanaka did the soundtrack for, Wrecking Crew, Yoshio Sakamoto, created this game along with Gunpei Yokoi, the guy who created the Game & Watch, the Game Boy, the Super Mario Land series, Metroid. He did several other things. He first started making toys for Nintendo before they were a video game company. Yeah, Nintendo is the oldest video game company, so they are automatically the best. They are the veterans, and they're still topping the charts today with that Nintendo Switch. I mean, come on. Ooh, I've been playing a lot of, I was playing Splatoon 2. I was going to talk about Splatoon 2, but it's been like almost a month since that game came out, and I stopped playing it because I haven't 100% it yet because I'm terrible at shooter games, in case you couldn't tell. I've played through this game. I'm trying to think of the games I've played through in this series, if you'll excuse me. I almost forgot to get something important. I'm glad I remembered at the last second. Yes. Alright, you can get this once you got bombs. Oh, what the hell was that? Did you see that? I really hope you could see that. Ooh, new enemies. Mellows. They die in one hit no matter what, but they can go through walls and rocks and the like. And they swoop at you if you get too close. Ooh, I don't need any of that. Ooh, it feels so good to be full on energy. And I need another missile. So in case that happens, all you gotta do is... Oh, these don't drop anything either. I don't think they can at all. But they ruined my perfect health. Enemies hit really hard. The difficulty in this game, or the difficulty curve, is ridiculous. Okay, please drop missiles. No, oh my god. Give me missiles when I'm in need. I want missiles. And not your beads. She's a gold digger. What is it? I don't know what he says there. I don't know who does that. I know it's a Kanye West song, but I don't know what the hell guy just goes, yeah. That's not what he sounds like. I apologize. God, I need to get more sleep back. I need to, like, make up for that one night of sleep. I always get regular sleep except that one night, and it messed me up. And then I drove with no sleep. Oh, this is the ice beam. The driving wasn't that bad, by the way. I wasn't in danger because I wasn't, like, even that tired. This is the ice beam. It freezes enemies. It also has more power. Ooh, watch this. Alright, freezes. And then you thaw it out, and then you just pump them full of ice beam pellets. Where'd the Rio go? Okay, the Rio despawned. Well, that's nice. And I got 2 of my missiles back. Those little missile drops will always give you 2, in case you haven't guessed. So it takes 3 from the minimum capacity of missiles. I think you need 10 to beat the game. You don't need most of these upgrades to beat the game. You need the ice beam. I haven't proven that, but I see that everywhere that you need the ice beam to beat the game. I don't think you actually need it. You probably do, because everybody says that. But it probably just makes everything a hell of a lot easier. And now, instead of fighting every enemy, unless you need something like missiles, you can just freeze them and walk by. It feels good. Whew, I'm already pretty much overpowered. Do not go down here. Hold on, I'm gonna kill this guy. Because I want to focus on showing you something. Don't go down there. It is the second worst room in the entire game. It's just a trap to make you have to get back up and not have fun doing it. This is inappropriate, and it stops now. That was a quote from Ryan from The Office. Whoo! His character development is so just delicious. What an asshole. Alright, so I'm Jason Edelman, and you might know me from the Good Time Chili. Oh yeah, I'm Chili Boy! So I've played through this one. I've owned Metroid 2 since I was a kid, and I don't remember where I got it. I think I got Metroid Prime first, because I had this GameCube promo disc. I had GameCube, or it was a DVD, and it showcased, where am I? Okay, I'm here. We went back around, we went to get the bombs, and we backtracked. And now we're going up here to the last room in this corridor. Our last string of rooms in this corridor. Also, rippers can be used as platforms whenever they are frozen, in case you couldn't tell. And that is extremely useful if you can make half these jumps. Sorry, I've got something in my throat, and it feels really weird. If I could please make this jump. No. Okay. Whew, I've maxed out on everything, and I don't want that ruined. Wait, then why am I killing the enemy? Oh, this disc showcased a bunch of... It showcased Animal Crossing, Metroid Prime. It's where I got a lot of my game series that I really wanted to play. It showed the Wind Waker too, also. I think that's why I ended up getting the Wind Waker. That's how I got into Zelda as a kid too. But I didn't legitimately... Oh, also, these... A good way to deal with them is to shoot them until they drop something and then don't pick it up so they don't respawn. Oh my god, this is annoying. Waver. But now you can just freeze the Zebs. Also, those little warp pipe things are the entrance to their hives, in case you're curious. I think that's the official way of living for them. The hives. What the hell? Okay, the FDS version, the Famicom Disk System version, does not have this much flickering and lag also. And the sound is richer, of course, because the Disk System has another music track. If you'll notice, I talk about sound a lot because I want to be a musician. Also, if you don't kill that waver, you can get something early. You can get something up here. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's a trap. Okay. But I can't get to it. I need another item to be able to reach it. Okay, that's not it. Down. No. Let me down. Okay. No. Oh, this is so OB. I'm out of breath for some reason. But then I couldn't get past the first room in Metroid Prime. I barely played Metroid 2 at all. I remember being at my grandma's house back, like, it was either not long after my grandfather died or he was still alive. Because it was back when I stayed there a lot. So I think he was dead. Not that any of you care. Have I talked about her death? How she had Alzheimer's and it was terrible. I've talked about it in that podcast. And as a form of dark humor, we put a laugh track over my telling the story. That was my idea. Nobody was being mean to me. Nobody was bullying me. I just want you all to know that. Okay, death is a sensitive subject. But I don't take any subject sensitively because I'm cool. And that's what cool people do. Because if you can't joke about something, what's the point of it existing? What's the point of jokes existing in the first place? You can't joke about certain things because people take things seriously. Now, I mean, if it's something you don't want to cope with, don't want to talk about, you probably should cope with it, but... what was I saying? And, aside from that, I played this game on several demos, like in Super Smash Bros. And Virtual Console releases, like 3DS. I got it on 3DS with the ambassador. I paid for it before that on the Wii. Oh, stupid Zebs. But I never even came close to beating it because there's no map. If you pause, press start, there's no menu. You just... oh well. You gotta know your way around. It is a very 80s game, and a lot of 80s kids had to draw up maps for it and have fun, and nowadays kids don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that like I should. I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't do it. If I get too stuck in something, I look it up. And I shouldn't do that. I really wish I could have beaten this game without a map, but I used a map because I wanted 100%. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. And I wanted to plan the fastest route a little bit. This is where we got the bombs, so we looped back around, but we had to have the bombs to go in the top path, so I couldn't just sweep it all at once, which is stupid. And aside from that, I didn't play any Metroid much. I played like a Super Metroid demo in Smash, I think. But I played the game sparingly on emulators, and I owned Fusion for 3DS Virtual Console, and up to this point I have beaten the remake of this game, I have beaten the 4th game, I've watched through the 2nd, or no I haven't actually, I'm in the 3rd Super Metroid several times, so I know a lot about Super Metroid, and I have, did I say played the 4th game? I've beaten that. Very recently I've watched through Prime, I've watched through Prime 2 and Prime 3, and that's about it. And I own that Prime Hunters demo, First Hunt, that came with the DS originally. So I guess that was another early experience with Metroid. But I'm not very good at this game or series at all. In case you couldn't tell, I want more energy for going to the next area. Because we have swept this area, Brinstar, of everything it has to offer for the moment. That without sequence breaking. You can get pretty much everything early in the game. You can get to the end of the game without beating the 2 bosses. Oh, I didn't talk about that. So Samus has to unlock the way forward by beating the 2 not sub-bosses. They're called mini-bosses. I'm thinking of a certain other Breath of the Wild game with sub-bosses. And go to Mini-Boss Hideout 1 and Mini-Boss Hideout 2, which are hidden throughout the areas, Brinstar and Norfair, the 2 main areas. And to get to Turian, you have to find those areas and defeat the bosses. And those are more maze-like than Brinstar and Norfair are. Woohoo! Now, you're actually it's implied that you're supposed to go to Mini-Boss Hideout 1 after you explore Brinstar more, but I'm not doing that. I did that the first time I played the game all the way through last month, and it was a terrible experience. Because it's hard, so I want to get the Norfair stuff to make it not so hard. But I died a million times on that boss fight. But a lot of people save Hideout 1 for last. A lot of people call the areas Kraid and Ridley, and that's wrong. That's what they're called in the remake. They are officially referred to as Mini-Boss Hideout 1 and Mini-Boss Hideout 2 in the manual. In the game, they are not referred to as anything. Because I guess the game doesn't have internal data for map names, but everything in this game is one big map that all interconnects. That's why if you open a door and you let yourself, let it shut on you, you can do this widely known glitch that lets you go, anywhere in the game. I'm sure a lot of speedrunners utilize that glitch. But this game also invented speedrunning because time is your criteria for different endings. This is also the first game I'm doing with different endings. But yeah, it's all based on time. The completion rate does not matter for the ending. It only matters to me. And, you gotta find a nice balance of time. How much time you want to spend doing a certain thing in the game. How much time you want to spend doing not a certain thing in the game and just rushing through it so you can get a good ending. But you still gotta be prepared. You gotta prepare yourself and gear up with the upgrades so sufficiently. So it created a lot of replayability. It's genius. Hooray for Yoshio Sakamoto and Gunpei Yokoi and Hirokazu Tanaka. I'm glad I found a way to appreciate this game. A lot of people aren't too fond of the original Metroid because it's so outdated from its sequels and remakes. But I like it. Now welcome to the elevator, which has a secret room music. Oh, now this ends this recording session, which should be 2 parts. Oh, next time I'll see you in part 3. Welcome to Norfair. I'm LP Master 6 and good evening, everybody. Hopefully the next part will be more exciting.